Hello. This is my second attempt at recording today because the first 20 seconds did not go well. Um, but if you're new here, well, no, you wouldn't know. If you're returning here, you'll see that things are a little bit inverted today. Like normally I have the switch on this side and the mirror on this side because I like the left side of my face way more than the right side. I think the right side, it's not even the same person, but regardless. I'm also wearing my other pair of glasses. I never wear my hair like this. I wear it half up a lot. My arm looks weird. I wear my arm. I wear my hair half up a lot, but I'm very particular about the way I have the hair in front of my face. I don't have an ounce of makeup on except for some chapstick. I'm wearing a dress. My hair is not fixed. And now I'm feeling very self-conscious about my arm. Wow, what? Can you tell I haven't spoken to a human in... It's been less than 20... What the fuck? It's been less than 24 hours. Um... Okay, what's the problem here? You have connection. Stop lying to me. Um... I went to IKEA last night and I interacted with the person who put the boxes in my car. And before that, I went to Trader Joe's. I also went to DSW, which I don't think I've ever been inside a DSW, but yeah, I've been thinking that I want a pair of loafers and also a pair of like black Converse, like high top. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Can I please just like do something today? Anyway, I tried on these platform Converse that I thought I'd been wanting, and though they were very comfortable, I didn't like the way they looked, so I didn't get them. I found loafers that I liked. They were $100, so I can wait. Then yeah, I went to Trader Joe's. I'm suddenly feeling so self-conscious because I feel like my neighbors can hear me outside my door. Um, I got boba yesterday, and I went into the town that I live in to do it. The town I live in is pretty sketchy, so I don't really hang out here. But I was like, you know what? This place has really great reviews. It is so close to me. It is ridiculous. I should definitely go. So I did. And I even parallel parked, and it was fine. Everything was fine. Um, but it was a bit sketchy, and I'm not familiar enough with boba to... Oh my god, I don't know what's happening. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. I'm living a very boring life as of late. Um, on Friday, I went to a brewery and I had a fish sandwich, which was cool. I also went to my garden and I planted seeds and I planted celery plants. And it rained yesterday, so I hope that my plants got yummy rainwater. I got boba yesterday. It was fine, but I didn't get ice. I didn't know you had to say you want ice. I drove an hour away to IKEA, picked up my 2 things, then drove an hour back home. I listened to the entirety of Harry Styles' discography. It happened to be exactly the perfect amount of time. Like, I started with, I think it's a self-titled album, it's the first one, when I was pulling out of my apartment, and then when I pulled in, the last song of Harry's house was playing, so it was literally perfect. It's Sunday. I still have one more day off. I spent all last night trying to put these shelves together that I got yesterday, and it was a fucking nightmare. It's called like HYLLIS, like that's the shelf type, and I got the skinny tall one and then the shorter wide one. And they're so wonky and twisted. It's very annoying. It's like I took 2 physics classes in college, and we definitely talked about tension at some point. But whatever I learned did not help me in screwing these fucking shelves together because I can't get them to not be wonky. And like at first it was funny, but when I'm dealing with like a 6-foot shelf that I can't. I rearranged my apartment yesterday. It actually looks really good. I was listening to records yesterday. I was listening to Julian Baker's record. It's brand new. Like, I got it in February at this really cool record store, and then I played it and it was skipping. And I think I need a new needle for my record player, and I tried pushing through, and I think I kind of ruined my record. Kind of. It's not even bad, but like somebody who loves records would be appalled at me continuing to play a record with a needle that needs to be replaced. I almost wore this dress on a date. Was that a week ago? I think it was. Yeah, Sunday. And I'm glad I didn't. I ended up changing at the last minute and just putting on a black shirt and jeans. And I'm so glad I did because that date was stupid. I drove from my home. I live like half an hour outside of Boston, and it took me about 35 minutes to get to, I forget what it's called, Charleston? I think that's what it's called. And the guy was like, you can, like, the plan was to go to a brewery and then possibly the North End. I don't remember exactly. And so I showed up. Well, he said, I was like, where should I meet you? And he said that, like, parking's usually pretty alright. There's so much noise going on outside. My anxiety is like, I'm drinking coffee, so. What was I saying? He said parking was pretty good usually around his apartment, so I parked in this lot close to his apartment. And I was like, okay, I'm here. And then, like, texting him. And then like he didn't meet me outside, and so like I had to go to his apartment, and I just texted like I'm at your door, and he came down, and this fucking guy was not wearing shoes, was not wearing socks, nothing. And he invited me in, and like everything in me wanted to be like, dude, let's just call it a day. Like, you're meeting me for the first time, and you don't even have the decency to wear fucking shoes. And then, yeah, this isn't gonna happen. And then that you're inviting me, like, you're a stranger to me. Like, don't invite me into your home. Like, the plan was to go to a brewery, not into your apartment. But I couldn't do it, and I went inside because I'm a fucking idiot. I had my phone on me the entire time. I had friends that knew where I was. No. I didn't know where I was. Where was I saying? Okay, yeah, they knew where I was. Whatever. And he sat down on his couch, and I was like, I'm not sitting here. Like, I'm ready to go. And like, it was just very strange. He was asking me, like, so do you have any connections in Boston? And I was like, yes, I have many connections. And I listed off all of the kind of connections that I do actually have, and also the connections that I have in Portland. I just made up shit. It was just really weird. And he, I don't know why, he started talking about Mexican food for some reason. He was like, the Mexican food's not bad up here. Like, I know it's nothing, probably was in Texas. And I was like, well, like, we have like Tex-Mex there, but you know, like Mexico's a huge country. Like, Mexican food here, like, it is genuine, I think. It's just Mexico's a big fucking country, and I'm only used to what is on the border of Texas and Mexico. I don't remember how we got on it, but it just like it came up that like I like ate a lot of Mexican food growing up just because I am Mexican, and he was like, "Oh, so like are you second generation?" And I was like, "No. No, I'm not. My family is like at least 5 generations deep of being born in Texas." Like it I don't know. It kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. So he gets an Uber, and we go to the brewery, and it's just like lame. He said that the most recent Batman was bad, and I was like, yeah, this is going nowhere. This man is a data analyst for a very, 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 very well-known furniture company. He owns his apartment, is getting a washer dryer installed. We went to this brewery because he picked it, and then he was like, do you want to get a half dozen raw oysters? And I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect, I love oysters. And then he was like, do you want to share a pizza? And I was like, yeah, that works. And then at the end of it, he was like, do you mind splitting the bill? And I was like, you rich piece of white shit asshole. I was so mad. Because I have offered to pay like I've offered to split bills on first dates, but only if I had like a good time. And I didn't have a good time with this guy. You know, like if he hadn't met me with his bare fucking feet, I probably would have offered to split the bill. But never in my life has a man ever been like, do you mind splitting it? Especially a man who absolutely makes 6 figures. It's just trash. Anyway, so at the end, he called an Uber to go back to his place. And I was like, yeah. He was like, do you want to come up? And I was like, I have to drive a half hour to get home. It's Sunday night. I'm going to go. Have a good night. And he didn't offer to walk me to my car or anything. So yeah, you might be wondering, like, why are you going on dates right now? I don't want to. I really don't. I downloaded Hinge basically as soon as my relationship ended. Maybe like I shouldn't say as soon as. It was about a week after. But I did it because that week I was already suffering from the loss of human contact, and I just I desperately don't want to go back to where I was. I really don't. Like those times when it would be 5 p.m. and I'd be like, holy fucking shit, it's only 5 p.m. I still have 7 more hours before I even begin to feel tired. What am I supposed to do with those 7 hours? Yeah, I just desperately don't want to go back to that. So I'm not really on there to. I don't even want to date people. I just want to talk to somebody. In person. And I'm back to that thing where on Friday, my coworkers were like, what are you going to do this weekend? What are you going to do with a long weekend? And I was like, I might go to IKEA. I'm going to go to my garden. I have 2 friends. I don't see them very often, but I'm trying to be more proactive about it. And one of my friends works at the brewery I went to, which was part of why I went, and I'm trying to be more I texted him before I went, and I was like, hey, are you working tonight? I was thinking about popping by, and he was like, yeah, I might see you. And so I'm trying to not. I'm trying. And it was cool. He was able to hang out and talk with me for a bit. While my friend was here, my friend's a very big, friendly person, and so I took her to that brewery because they have farmers markets there, and that's what we did. When we were there, she was she met my friend also, and she was kind of like, we should hang out. What are you doing tonight? Blah, blah, blah. So we all hung out, and that night I'd had a bit to drink, but I kind of opened up about how I don't know, just my anxiety in my relationship and how my anxiety's fucking stupid. But I opened up a bit about it, so I feel like in that moment I really let on A, how anxious of a person I am, and B, how devastated I am right now. And anyway, I think my friends maybe realized oh, she doesn't have a ton of people, so I don't know. But he just texted me actually, and he wants to check out Portsmouth in New Hampshire, which I've heard of, but I haven't been to yet. And he asked me if I want to tag along soon, and I am going to say yes, but I'm so nervous because my ex would hang out there a lot with his friends. I hate not knowing. I really hate not knowing, and him ghosting me the way he did has been very confusing. And I have no answers. And when I have no answers like this, it turns into fear. And if I saw him, I think he would just walk past me. I think he would still ghost me, but in reality, and I think that would kill me. know tomorrow's Memorial Day. So I know he's off from work. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm a very intuitive person. I don't think I have any special powers. I think I'm just really good at deductions. And realistically, there's a really good chance he's gonna be there. And I'm just scared. I really love living alone, but I'm starting to really hate it. I don't want to keep building shitty IKEA furniture things by myself. I want to go on a walk today. Like a good walk, like at a good trail. And I don't want to go by myself. I'm so tired of doing stuff by myself. And you know, now everybody keeps telling me, like, oh, I love doing stuff alone. I love going to the movies by myself. I love going on walks by myself. Like, I've hit this point where I'm in the opposite boat, where, like, I love going to the movies with somebody. Because, you know, doing everything alone has been the norm for years. And I don't want it anymore. I so badly want to fly home. I want to fly home so bad, and I can't because whatever money I would have had for a ticket went to car insurance and is going to go to car maintenance and car registration. And I'm devastated. Because I really wanted to fly home. And it's not. And now it's not even just the plane ticket. It's the Uber to the airport. And those Ubers are like $80. It's trying to find someone to take care of my cat. It's like, you know, I'm not close enough to my two friends to ask them to take care of my cat or to ask them to take me to the airport. Like, it pays to be alone too. It's not just depressing, it's also expensive. To the point where it's almost pointless. I went on so many adventures between Friday and Saturday. I went to a plant store, I went to my garden, I went to a brewery, I went to get boba, I went to Trader Joe's, I went to DSW, and I went to IKEA, and all that took half a tank of gas. And gas is expensive, like. And you know, now I do want to go for a walk, but like, do I want to drive a half hour out to go for a walk? Or would I rather save that gas money? I fully intended getting on here and just talking about, you know, how frustrating it was putting those shelves together. But they look really good. And I don't know what to do now. I feel like I should go to a park and sit and read my book, but like when I try to do that, I end up so anxious that I can't read. Like I just sit there and I physically can't relax.